Hey you guys, what's going on? This is Ryan with Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off-Grid channel. And today I want to make a video for you guys that is regarding all of the things that you are about to go through and all of the supplies that you are going to need when it comes down to starting off your chicken farming. And Chicken Farming 101 is going to be a basic breakdown right here of everything that you're going to need from starting the process off of inquiring in your brain about getting chicks and then raising them to be successful laying hens and a rooster. I want to pretty much break down to you guys real quick when it comes down to it what I have gone through myself and what I suggest that you guys do to make your chicken experience on your homestead and your off-grid property and farm the most successful as possible with the most efficient systems, with also the least amount of money put into it, that you don't make any errors, and also at the end of the day how to kind of go about your chicken operation. These are the things that I've learned. Like I said, I've been out here about 3.5, 4 years. I've had chickens multiple years. I'm just about to now start a new chicken operation. So I just want to let you guys know this is all real. It's all raw. It's off grid. This is real. This is exactly what I'm having to set up and get ready for my chickens when I go get my new flock. And this is actually 100% uncut raw material of me being off grid on the homestead with what we're going to need. So in the beginning processes and phases, you're going to go out, and I have a little checklist here that I'm going to pick up, because when I write down my thoughts for all these videos now, I want to give you guys the best amount of information that I possibly have. So in the beginning, you're going to start off and you're going to go off to your local feed supply store, Tractor Supply. You're going to go to Farm and Fleet. You're going to go to anywhere locally that you know, that you've called around and you've seeked out, that they're going to have chickens, okay? And they're going to obviously be in their little cages and their crates, and you are going to prep and get ready to pick your selection of your actual chicken breeds and get ready for the next phases to bring them home and to get ready to feed them and give them water and to start the process as chicks, okay? I just want to break down to you guys real quick what you're going to need. A small chick to start off at the local feed store is going to be $4 to $8 depending on breed. I suggest looking at all the selections of breed that they have. Look at how many eggs that they're actually producing per year. Look at the different colors of the eggs. Look at all the different breeds that they have available. And then you're going to build your flock accordingly, okay? So building a flock is like this. Let's say you want a couple Easter eggers, you want, a couple blue and green and purple and teal eggs. So you're going to get some Americanas, you're going to get some Easter eggers, and you're pretty much going to have those chickens are specifically going to run around your homestead and in your nesting boxes, and they are going to lay the most incredible Easter egg colored shaped eggs all over your property like it's a big Easter egg hunt, okay? So you're going to go through your breeds when you're picking and you're selecting your chickens. I suggest, have some fun with it. Check out the different colors that they produce. Check out what kind of eggs they produce. Check out how many they produce, how big the egg sizes are. And then from there, you're going to build your flock from there, okay? A basic flock on a farm to start off would be just laying hens, okay? Laying hens are going to be your females that you're going to buy at your chick feed store, that are naturally going to just be females. You're going to have a flock of females, and you're going to basically have them to produce your eggs on a daily basis. They are going to be laying eggs every single day usually. You'll get about 1 egg every day or 2 per chicken. If you have about 6 chickens, you can expect about 3 to 4 eggs minimally per day. Sometimes you'll get 6 eggs per day. Sometimes you'll get 7. But pretty much when it comes down to it, your female laying hens are going to be your starter chicken animal. And you're going to start off with, I would say, about 3 to 6 chickens is about as small as you want to go. You want to have them as a small flock. They look after each other, they protect each other, they stay together, they free range together, and they're always as a little unit and a team. So pretty much when it comes down to it, you've gone out and you've checked out your chickens, you've seen them in your feed stores or your local Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or OfferUp or Letgo, and you pretty much have made a decision on the chicken breeds and the flocks that you want to put together and to pretty much start your flock as a chicken owner and a farmer. Once you get your chicks, you're pretty much going to naturally, you're going to start off with these two little babies, and we all know these two little guys. This is your water side. You're going to unscrew this top. These are $3.99 at any single feed store. You're going to fill this with water. You're going to put it on top of here, and it's going to run water up to here. And your chickens are going to take their beaks, and they are going to drink the water out of your little container. You are going to fill this up every few days as they get bigger and bigger and bigger. You might want to get a bigger water container. They have these all the way up until 5-gallon containers on Amazon. And you're going to decide that as you go. Once my chickens get to a certain age, I upgrade their water systems to something else, which I'm going to show you guys soon. This is a chick watering system, and this is a chick feeder system, okay? So you're gonna feed this with food, the food's gonna run down, it's gonna fill the inside tray, and you're pretty much going to have chicks come in and they're gonna be able to eat their food successfully with their water, and you are going to have chickens that are actually, at this point, producing nutrients into their bodies. They're growing very, very rapidly. It's a very quick thing, and you're going to notice that soon you're going to have to get ready to get bigger waterers and bigger feeders, which I'm going to show you next, okay? So once you get your basic two things to make them live, which is water and food, just for the sake of this video, this is usually a red lens. You're going to go out and you're going to buy a chicken light bulb that is a certain wattage, and you're pretty much going to buy a nice little decent heat lamp that's going to give them enough heat to make sure that they can grow, they can produce, and that they can get their feathers start coming in, and they're going to start growing at a very rapid pace, and a heat lamp is going to be necessary to make that happen. A necessary heat lamp is going to be about $8 to $12. You can find one on Amazon or at your local Home Depot. Like I said, usually it has a red face cover, and pretty much when it comes down to it, your bulb is going to be necessary to make sure that those chickens have enough warmth, because their bodies produce and grow from warmth. So you're going to want to make sure you're at a certain temperature. I would leave this dangling. If your chickens are right here as chicks, you're going to want to dangle this at about 24 to 36 inches to start. And as they keep getting bigger and bigger, you're going to want to bring the bulb up, okay? So once the chickens get bigger and bigger, this bulb is going to be going up and up and up, okay? And you're going to pretty much bring it up so that they're not being burned, and they're not getting too much heat at that point, because they're going to be bigger. So once you get your chickens, I would say, to a point where their feathers have fully come in, they're going to have a main wing come in right here. You're going to see it happen, and you're pretty much going to let them feather out, okay? And they're going to turn into little baby feathered creatures that are fully feathered at this point around their bodies. At that point, you have gotten your chicks to a point where your light is no longer needed, and they're going to be ready as baby teenagers to survive with heat from their feathers on their own. So pretty much when it comes down to it, at this point, you can pull, I would say, give your chicks about 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can pull your heat lamp bulb out of the pen and let your chicks become actual chickens, and start letting their feathers actually start to warmth them and let them start doing their own thing. They're very hardy creatures. They're going to naturally, automatically know how to survive, and it's very, very instinctual. So once you pull that heat lamp, they're going to all huddle together. If it is cold, they're going to all make sure that they're good, and you're going to be able to pull that heat lamp and that electricity source now, which is going to now not have to allow you to run electric in your chicken area anymore, okay? One of the main reasons why we don't run heat lamps after 4 to 6 weeks is because we want the internal chicken to actually start to actually produce feathers and to take on the cold and to take on the outside external remedies that they're about to go through. You want their bodies to naturally grow and to actually become a naturalist in their environment. And that's going to happen, like I said, after about 4 to 6 weeks naturally after their feathers come out. So yes, we went over our 2 feeder systems for our chicks. What I do is I just get a nice big cardboard box, give them plenty of space, put a little grass or shavings or straw on the bottom so they have some bedding. Always be changing out their bedding, always be keeping their water clean, always make sure their food's good. Just make sure that they're always eating and drinking successfully, and you're pretty much going to start your chicks this way. After 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to pull your light bulb, and you're pretty much going to get ready for your chicks to be teenagers at this point. Okay? For the sake of this video, I made this bucket, which is what you're going to hold your feed in. Right now I don't have any chicken feed in the bucket, but I wanted to show you guys. If you're going to start with starter chicken feed for your chicks, it's going to be about $13.99 for a 50-pound bag, about this big. And it's a big, nice bag. And that's going to pretty much start off your starter chicks. One bag for $13.99 is going to pretty much fill up all your feeder systems and this bucket. And honestly, 1 or 2 bags will get 4 to 6 chickens all the way till teenage and adulthood, to the point where they're ready for layer feed, okay? Which is your next feed after your starter feed, okay? So once your chickens have gotten to a point where they're about, I would say, 6 to 10 weeks, depending on breed, you got to look at them and make sure that they're at a teenage, fully feathered, a teenage adulthood, getting ready to start off your layer chicken feed, okay? Once you get your chickens to a point where their bodies have grown out, you're going to transfer their diets, and you're going to start the process of giving them a higher protein feed that is going to go into their bodies and is going to start producing chicken eggs inside of them from the calcium minerals in the layer feed, okay? So once your chickens are teenagers, you've switched them over to layer feed. My suggestion is this is going to run out very quickly, okay, in a day or 2, and you're going to want to start thinking of ways on how to upgrade your feeder systems to a non-maintenance feeder. So that's what I'm going to show you guys next real quick. So these are the feeder systems that I have created over time. This is a 3-foot pole, okay? And no, not a 3-foot pole, a 3-inch pole, my bad, the diameter. And this 3-inch pole has a T, if you guys can see it. And then it also has a little elbow on each side that's going to hold your feed on a gravity basis. And it's going to go down your feeder to the bottom, and it's going to settle about right here perfectly, gravity-wise. And your chickens are going to come in here and they're going to eat it, okay? And as they eat the feed, it's going to slowly just gravity feed itself down. These 3-inch PVC pipe feeders that I've made are about $30 each. You can find these pipes at your local hardware store. You're going to pretty much just buy a nice big pipe. You're going to buy a couple connecting ends, and you literally have a feeder that this feeder can hold pretty much almost a 50-pound bag of layer feed for chickens, and you literally do not have to feed your chickens for a very long time, okay? I'm talking maybe 20 days it takes for 6 of my chickens to go through this PVC pipe. I go back outside. I use these. These are plastic jug containers with the bottom cut out. We use these to scoop our feed, and then we put our feed into our PVC containers, and we run our PVC gravity fed containers for our chickens on a non-maintenance basis for over 20 days, which is incredible. You can go on vacation, you can go RVing, you can go camping, you can come back to your homestead, and your chickens will be laying hundreds of amazing eggs in their nesting boxes, and you will still have a full gravity fed feeder system ready to go. Okay. So after you get your layer feed in your PVC pipe systems, I have 2 of them that I run on both sides, so that this way they have both areas of their pens with full food. After you've gotten your food set up and you've gotten these mounted to the wall with some brackets, all you have to do at this point is go into each top of them right here, and you're going to fill them up with your scooper right here, and you're going to pretty much be good to go for 20 to 25 days, average for about 6 chickens. Okay, once you get to a point with your watering system, this is going to be gone within a day. Okay, once your teenagers chickens are this big, they're going to drink this like it's nothing. This will be gone in a morning, because they're now needing tons of water for their bodies to now produce those eggs through the layer feed. So once you get to a point where you've changed over your food into your PVC, you're going to take your water and you're going to go into a non-maintenance water type way. And I'm going to show you that right now. So you're going to have 2 different options for non-maintenance watering containers, okay? This is a 5-gallon bucket, and the reason why I show you guys this is because on the bottom we have our 2 nipple systems. These are chicken nipple drinking water systems from Amazon or eBay that you can find, that you're just going to drill holes in the bottom of your bucket. You're going to put a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads, and you are going to screw in 2 very basic chicken nipples into the bottom of your 5-gallon bucket. You're going to fill your bucket with water, and you're going to hang your bucket in the chicken coop about 18 inches from the ground or 24 inches from the ground, so that your chickens can walk under the bucket and drink out of these systems. They're going to walk up and they are going to go like this, and they're going to get a drink of water from this bucket. Okay. Another maintenance system that I did is one of these kinds of containers, which is pretty much, you know, your average standard household container that's going to pretty much be ran. I ran a simple hanger system that I could pretty much run off of a nail or off of anything in the pen. And I pretty much have 1 nipple system on this with a little Teflon tape, as you can see right there, to make sure there's no leaks, and our chickens can successfully come underneath their watering system with clean, fresh, amazing water, and they can click right here, and pretty much at that point they're going to have a drip and drop of water that comes down through the tank, and it's going to be delicious, and they're going to keep producing you awesome eggs, and they're going to be one of the best animals on your homestead. Those are the 2 watering systems I use. You can pick any type of containers or buckets that are sensible. These little nipple rings are on Amazon. 6 packs are about $7, $8, $9. They're very simple to install. You drill 1 hole, you pretty much screw it right in, and you're good to go all year long with fresh water. These systems, I'd say, with chickens are going to run for, I would say, weeks. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to make sure every few days to a week, clean this out, dump it out, dump this out, refresh the water, make sure that your animals have all fresh water and that they're healthy and that they're ready to go. So we've gone over the scooping when it comes down to the feed. We've gone over the different feeding systems from starting feed up to layer feed and what you have to do. And pretty much now what I want to do is let you guys know, if you're going to be running chicken systems and watering systems, you're going to want to grab one of these, which is pretty much going to be plugged in. and it's going to run a certain temperature right here, and this hose is going to be wrapped around your bucket. Wrap this around your bucket, tape it on there real nice, and when it gets cold and it's eventually time for freezing water, and this is about to freeze and crack, and you get to certain temperatures, you're going to be ready with your heat line tape, and you're going to pretty much use any type of tape to make sure that this is around your watering containers and it's plugged in when freezing starts, so that all of your waters stay nice and good, all your water is unfrozen, and that your chickens have access to still drink and gain water. Pretty much at this point, you are set up with teenage or adult chickens. They are eating out of your main feeder. They are happy. You're filling up your feeders about once every 20 days. You're pretty much basically breaking down that you're making sure your water is good to go. Make sure it's always changed. Make sure it's clean. Make sure everything's legit. And at that point, your chickens are going to be ready at about 6 to 7, 8 months. They're going to start producing your eggs. Okay, and this is the most miraculous, incredible thing that you're going to go through, is when your chickens actually start producing eggs for you on your homestead. They're actually, just for the sake of this video, I mean, this is what I've used in the past, is like a box like this. When they're smaller, I suggest doing a nice big box. You can cut out this area and they'll go in there, and you could put a nest in here, and they're going to pretty much use a nesting box to pretty much go inside, and they're going to lay their eggs in a place where they think that they're not going to break and they're not going to be touched, and they're very delicate and gentle about this. So you have to provide them with an area like a nesting box or something that they're going to go into, and that they're actually going to want to lay their eggs. Okay, so real quick, that's mainly the breakdown of chickens. I mean, when it comes down to it, you're going to get a dewormer. It's a tube about this big. It's $7, I think it is. And you're just going to put a little baby amount in each chicken's mouth each year. It's going to go into their bodies, and it's going to deworm your chicken, okay? Just a little bit. It could be goat dewormer. It could be any type of farming dewormer. All you have to do is do a little bit, put it right here on your chicken. They're going to eat it, and they're going to deworm their bodies naturally, and it's going to keep their internal organs at a certain level, and it's going to make sure that they're healthy. Okay? So yes, pretty much this is the Breakdown Chickens 101. We went through everything from chicks all the way up to adulthood. We went through all the watering systems with chicks all the way up to the PVC and the bigger containers. Chickens are very easy, non-maintenance animals. They're very incredible. They're one of my main favorite animals. I've done chickens, ducks, rabbits, and goats, and I could truly tell you guys the most incredible animal that's going to produce food, that's going to be there for you, that's going to be an alarm clock, that's going to clean up ticks and different types of things all over your property. And also just be a really amazing, loving, caretaking animal, is the chicken. And it's been a very easy animal to run. It's definitely your homestead's #1 animal when it comes down to easiness, keeping their pens tidy, producing you actual real life food that's actual every day. And truly just an incredible animal. There's so many awesome species of female laying hens and roosters all over the country that are just so beautiful, so amazing. And it's truly an incredible thing to get into. One of my buddies actually has quit his day job completely. He raises rare breeds of chickens, and he loves every single second of it. And this is just something to get into and something to look at, and it's definitely something to take in and to jump into. So like I said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate all of you guys. Much love from me to you. I'm building this page as I go. I would love if you guys like all my videos. Maybe shoot the videos and share them to your friends. Anybody that's looking to actually farm and grab real life chickens soon. I would love to be some knowledge and information in their future. If you guys have any questions, I've been doing this, like I said, about 3.5, 4 years. I've done chickens multiple amounts of years. They have been an incredible species. They have produced tons of love and food for me on the homestead, with many eggs, and just tons of awesome stories with how they react to things on the property, and they're just a very cool creature. So I hope you guys look at the video, grab some chickens eventually, grab a small flock, either start off with just laying hens, or you can grab a rooster and eventually you can hibernate chick eggs and grow your own chicks. And that's when it becomes even more and more incredible, when the chickens become moms, and you could just keep growing and growing. So I love you guys, appreciate it. Check out my videos, follow my page, check out my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Ryan's Going Off Grid, with Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off Grid channel. I love you guys so much. I thank you for watching my videos, and you guys have a wonderful and excellent day. Thank you guys, have a good one.